Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm with Ingrid again.
Hello.
And we're gonna talk about some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So we thought that for a video, it would be cool to talk about what type of people we think Yu-Gi-Oh is like for. Like, who's the right type of person to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, who, when you think of Yu-Gi-Oh, we'll start with you.
Okay.
And I'll share my thoughts. When you think of like Yu-Gi-Oh, like, who comes to mind? Like, what type of person comes to mind?
Someone who like they're kind of. I'm gonna just like do this the best way I can. So,
you can be totally honest, I think.
I know. I'm just like somebody who is.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, wait.
who's
I got
like
this.
a sweaty, skinny nerd, or like
No,
well,
not
wait.
skinny.
You're not skinny if you're sweaty, are you? You're fat.
Probably just someone who's like they're into like video games and stuff, and they kind of maybe anime too, because the art that's in those cards is like kind of anime to me, and like somebody that maybe is like really competitive and like maybe a little antisocial at the same time, but then they get their social experience from like the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments and stuff, so that's enough for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think like it probably just changes depending on how old you are.
Yeah.
Like, I think like, cause when I remember like in elementary school, a lot of people liked it.
Right.
Like even.
So technically there wasn't like a stereotype, everybody just, it was a thing.
Yeah, like maybe like later on it ended up being like the like weird skinny nerds or like the fat sweaty nerds or whatever, but like in elementary school, like I think it was third grade is maybe when second or third grade is like when I got into it, and like everybody just kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Or like boys, not girls.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people always had like their Yu-Gi-Oh cards of like Pokemon
Like,
at school and stuff like that.
Do you remember when? Well, I guess you don't remember. Like the teachers always like took them away and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous because like, okay, I get like it's distracting, but it's a card. Like,
I mean, I got when they would take away like our Game Boys.
Yeah.
It made more sense.
It's not like it's a weapon. Like,
they would take away
dumb.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I actually have a story. In second grade, one of my teachers took away one of my cards. It was called a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and the reason why I'm saying that is it's relevant later. So it's called a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and it's like rare. She took it away in second grade, maybe at recess, or like I had it out in class and I was showing someone. So she took it and I was sad. And then, like, at the end of the day, like when we were like waiting to be picked up or whatever, like I went to her and I was like, yeah, so like, you know, can I have my blue eyes back? She didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Anyway, but like, she was like, your what? And I was just like, my Blue Eyes White Dragon. And obviously she's confused.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I don't know what happened to it. And I was so mad. Like,
I would have been hella pissed.
I never got it back. Anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I think like in elementary, no one cared. But then in like high school, I think like the people who still played it were kind of more of the like, they were weird. And they weren't even like super antisocial or super like nerd stereotype, but they were like the weirder people who like didn't. And then I think in college it's just
But there will be some people I've like noticed that like on the outside, like before you would have an actual conversation with them, you would look at them and be like, oh, that guy looks pretty weird. But then like you talk to him, and I mean you can like still kind of tell like the hint of weirdness, but other than that, they're like pretty cool. Like, I mean, you could like hold a conversation with them and it's not like awkward, because I know a lot of people that like are, I don't know, they seem to be like social or whatever, and they're like popular. They can't even hold a decent conversation, and it's just like, how do you have friends? Like, you don't even interest me, you know?
I think like just later on, maybe in life, like it gets to the point where like, because like at first, like in high school, I think it is just outright weird, or it's for a lot of people. Then like later on, it kind of like just turns into maybe something that's like, oh, this is an interesting thing about this person. Like, like, I mean, I guess like, oh, this person does this and this and this, and they also play Yu-Gi-Oh. Then it's okay, I guess. Like I've met people who are like kind of, they're pretty normal, and they also play Yu-Gi-Oh. And then I'm like, oh, well, they're,
I mean, it's just
that's whatever.
Yeah, like it's just an interest. Like, I mean, if like I saw anybody on the street and I told them like I play Black Ops, like they would not believe me at all, but I really do. I mean, I'm not like hardcore into it. I'm okay, you know, but still, it's just like, it's just an interest. It's just something that's fun for me, but that doesn't mean like I am like a video gamer, like yeah, kind of person.
Is this on autofocus? You can keep talking.
Okay.
I'm just turning this off. Oh yeah, this okay.
Just,
yeah. Oh well. Anyway, yeah. What I was saying though is just like I think it's cool as long as like you're a person outside of it who's not weird.
Right.
You know, like I think like it's the only people that have like creeped me out so far are the ones who are like, because I've gotten creeped out by some Yu-Gi-Oh players, like are the ones who like addicted, like they spend a lot of money on it, or like they have like big collections, and like I've met weirdos, like I've met people who like carry like airplane bag, like you know, like roller bags, like with cards and stuff.
Like, oh.
And like they've got like.
What is the like the weirdest, if you can remember, conversation that you've ever had with like a weird person you played before? Or like something that they said, or just something.
I've met some. Okay, well, I was at a. This you're gonna be like, oh. I was at a tournament once, and like, it's so weird. I played like this. It was like a man, like this grown man.
Wait,
like,
what? Really?
Yeah, like he wasn't like in his 20s. This was like someone in his 30s, and like
they don't have an age limit to like the people that can come to these.
No, they don't.
Okay.
And so like he was like playing, and like I beat him, and I never met him before, and I beat him, and then like he like was like good job for winning, and then he offered me some candy, and like it was like a. And the thing was, like, it was like the good candy. Like, I know it makes me sound like some like.
Yeah, no, I know what you
but,
mean.
Like, it was like a fruit roll-up.
Oh.
Like, not like you know, like actual like good candy, not like some weird like nasty stuff. So like he was like, you want? Like he just like pulled it out of his backpack and he was just like, you want one? And I was just like, sure. And it was a good fruit roll-up. But the fact of the matter was, like, it was a little creepy, and like given like the age and like. And then I've also.
Why is he carrying around fruit roll-ups?
And I also met an old men, like old men, like 60, 70.
No.
Like.
What?
And they're always bad at the game too. Like they're never like good at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Play it.
They're just.
They just like it.
I guess so. And like they're really like old school. Like in Yu-Gi-Oh, like there are new cards, and there's like really retro-y old cards, and like the retro cards are bad, and like. You know, they're not relevant anymore. And like they're always the type of people who play that.
I'm surprised they still like let you bring those cards even though they like updated everything. Like
I don't know. And so those are like the weird people. But the people I meet in college, or I've met in college, they're pretty normal. Where you go to school, are they like, do you like, I mean, I don't know. Is it like, do people play there?
I mean, like, I've never actually seen anybody playing, but at the same time, I'm like never on campus. Like I just like literally I go to class and then I go back to my apartment and then I go to class again and I don't go to the library because I hate that place. And like,
people don't play in the library actually. They usually at like where I go, they usually play in like the student union.
See, our student union's like always has a ton of people in it, so I feel like maybe they feel like self-conscious or something.
They occupy in ours. They like have a corner, like they have like an area that they've like staked their claim.
Like our union is like 3 stories though, and like there's always people like in there, like somebody's doing some crap with this organization there. Yeah, like meetups for like different school groups are always there, and like class stuff. So there's always a ton of people in there, and that's why I feel like they're kind of like intimidated or they just don't really want to play. And it's kind of loud in there. Like the acoustics are really bad, so I would get really irritated with a ton of people talking.
See, we've got like all our little nerd groups. Like, and I know you're gonna like think this is like BS, but like I really don't like do all that much like nerdy stuff there. Cause like I guess it's not like I'm afraid of being judged, but like the people who do it, I'm just like I don't really like that type of person. So like we have like the Yu-Gi-Oh or like card game people, like there's a corner. It's not really a corner, but like it's, you know, kind of off to the side area. It's got couches and this table and some chairs. And like no one sits there. Like that is the card game like territory. Like even when they're not there, people kind of like hesitate to sit there because like they could show up at any time and like be like move. And then like there's like the people who always have their laptops and they're playing like laptop games together, like computer games. So like they play like. And like they have their zones, like they have like you don't come here. This is where the nerds
Well, see,
go.
yeah, I see more people playing like online, like role playing, like WoW a lot, like during lectures actually, like in
Wait,
class.
people play in class?
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, but where you go to college, I guess you guys have like the big lecture halls.
Right, so you
like,
can't really tell. Like people will be on Netflix and stuff. So I'll see.
on Netflix.
No, like really.
I know they do that at where I go. I can't say that. At the university where I go.
But like I see more of that just because like I feel like that's more accepted than a card game maybe.
Yes. I think isn't it weird that like despite like playing you said like you know like they like consider their computer and play like World of Warcraft or something. Mm-hmm. Isn't it weird that even though technically World of Warcraft should be like the nerdier, weirder thing?
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
It's actually more like accepted to be the type of nerd who plays that on his computer than to like play cards
and stuff. Yeah,
it's kind of sad, really.
It doesn't really make any sense because then like World of Warcraft doesn't have like magical stuff.
Yeah, it's like magic and creatures and like.
Right, so it's kind of the same. Like fantasy world kind of deal.
It's actually really funny. Like people just in like lecture halls just playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I could do that, and they didn't even have headphones. Like I don't know. I know. Like
they had the volume up, or they just had it down.
No, like they had the volume down, but like listening to that man talk, and you're like trying to play a game, I would have to have headphones. Like I couldn't.
I feel like. So what about when someone gets out of college? Like what about when you're like. You're not in college anymore. Like, should you still be?
I mean, honestly, I feel like if you have a hobby that you like, no matter if it's accepted, like, well, nothing creepy. I'm not saying like, you know, killing like puppies. That's
and,
your
like,
hobby.
Stuffing their bodies.
Yeah, nothing like that. Like, I'm talking about in the Yu-Gi-Oh tents. Like, if you can, you know, have your full-time job, and if you have a family, if you can take all of your like everything
if
outside.
priorities are like fulfilled. Then I guess
if you can actually prioritize and like have a stable like daily grind and then do that on the side just for leisure, then I don't see. I mean, I don't have like a problem with it.
I think if you're invested in it, because card games are expensive, or they can be expensive. So like I feel like if you put a lot of money into it, then I guess maybe you might as well like stick with it. I mean. I don't know.
As long as you want to, I mean, like.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it's right for other people, like, I don't know, I'm assuming this happens, but like, the people that decide to keep playing, like, after, you know, college or once they get older in their 20s and their, like, friends or someone is telling them, like, you need to stop playing that. Like, I think that's wrong. Like, you shouldn't tell somebody to stop doing that if they actually, like, enjoy doing it just because you don't play it or understand, like, why they like it.
Especially because now I've met so many people who, like, collect all sorts of stuff. Like, not, like, playing card games. Like, I've met, like, you know, like, sneakerheads and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, at first I was like, that's really weird, like, sneakerheads. But then, like, you're like, well, I mean, I guess I can, like, you know, like, it's cool. Like, if you like shoes and, like, because, like, they're always talking about how, like, you know, like, camping out for, like, shoe releases and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do that part. But then it's like, you see they have their little collection of shoes. And it's like, well, I guess that's... Like, if you can, like, afford it and, like, you're still, like, your regular life's intact and, like, you've paid, like, your bills and...
Yeah, as long as it's not, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my life.
Yeah, it's not, like, it's not, like, you would, like, deny, like, your, like, family or something. Like, if you have, like, a wife and kids and, like, they take second place to, like, you going to play... That's
you need to, like, stop that.
But I do think, like, since I've met, like, people who are, like, sneakerheads, like, people who, like, collect, like... things, it's like, well, maybe it's not that bad, even if you're like 30. I guess it's okay. I don't know. I mean, I think like when you're like in elementary school, I think everybody plays, or you know, junior high maybe.
Well, then you gotta think too, when you're a kid, it's like nobody really judges as harshly.
That's true. It's like the judgment comes and goes. Like, in elementary, no one judges. Junior high gets a little weird. High school, judge. After high school, no one judges as much because it's like, well, you're in college with like a bunch of people you don't really know, and like, and people don't really judge as much. Then afterwards, you're like 30 or 25, 30, 35, whatever. You're getting judged, but you're not really getting judged by like people your age. You're getting judged by like people our age.
Yeah.
Like more or less.
Yeah.
Like, or like, you know, high schoolers, like, oh wow, I saw like some 30-year-old man playing you. So then like you're getting judged, but not by your peers. You're just getting judged by like people. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I guess that's
no,
weird.
it does. But I guess too, that's just life. Because if you think about it, like you used to wear, well, I used to wear like weird shit when I was little, and I thought it was like cool, and so did a bunch of other kids. And then I get older, I'm like, why did I do that? Like, why did I think that was okay?
It's like tastes in music and like tastes in like clothes and stuff. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's different, but it's a lot the same. Like, I guess like you wouldn't like look back and think like, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I mean, I guess if it was cool at the time, then there's nothing to be ashamed of, but I don't know. I mean, I guess with like music and like clothes and stuff, maybe if you look back and like, oh, why did I wear this kind of thing?
Well, if you think about it, that always changes. The Yu-Gi-Oh game, I mean, it has changed, but not like fashion and music and trends change as much. It kind of stays consistent.
It's consistently weird. No, I mean, I don't even know in like a bad way, but like it's consistently gonna be like, I don't think it'll ever be like trendy to play like card game. You know what I mean, like.
Well, and plus it's not like an American-made thing either. So some people, you know, are gonna be like, ew, that's weird. Like nobody plays that here. It's foreign. Like kind of people judging like that.
Well, there's a battery alert.
I was
Wait, no,
about to
the
say.
memory alert. So
Cutting it close.
I guess to close the video, Yu-Gi-Oh's weird, but it's not that weird.
Yeah.
It just depends on like context, I guess.
And also, if you play when you're older, as long as you got your shit together, then don't worry about any other motherfucker telling you differently.
So that's our video. Hope you liked it. Share your thoughts about like what is like what type of people should or shouldn't play. Like, do you think that's a thing?
Or like, what is like the weird comment you've ever had from another Yu-Gi-Oh player or somebody you were playing against? I'm interested.
And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for other stuff, and maybe we'll be in the comments and maybe we'll respond or something. And if you want to see her in another video, then get the video to like 500 likes.
500, God.
Well, maybe they'll do it. 500 likes and like I'll duel her or something. I don't know.
That sounds
if you want. Not like
Let
that.
me duel you.
But alright, so hope you liked the video and we'll catch you later.